What's up guys and welcome back to Maso Hendo Plays. Today we have a re-upload of one of the final two Let's Play series that I did on my original channel, Mason the Brock Anderson. If you want to watch me review TV shows and movies, you can check out that channel. But as we are getting to the end of the re-uploads, you can expect new uploads as soon as these two series are done. If you want updates on what type of games I'll be playing, or how to vote on the next series, or what my upload schedule will be, I'll be putting up a video that'll act as the intro for the channel, so go check that out. But with all that being said, let's get into the video. What's up guys and welcome back to Maso Hendo Plays, where today we have some more Metaphor ReFantazio. So admittedly it has been a hot minute since I played last. However, the events of last episode are ones that have stuck with me for the past few weeks while I haven't been playing and I've been desperate to get back to it. So last time we finally faced off against Luis in Grand Trad in front of the cathedral. Actually handled the battle pretty well, all things considered, until Luis did some sort of spell that awoke some beast within me, as he claims apparently the Elder tribe are actually another form of the humans, which does make some bit of sense actually. But with that, everybody now hates us, so we ran away all the way back to the Elden temple here, where Zorba apparently already made his way in here and killed the prince. But it's okay, because apparently I am kind of the prince. Seemingly the mother of the prince, who was the queen of the Elden tribe, took the soul of the prince out of his body and formed me. And so even though I have formed technically my own person, the prince still resides within me. So now I have taken on the role of the prince. My hair is now white. At one point I did speak with a British accent like the prince did. I don't know if that's going to be a more common thing, but whatever the case, we are still here. We're about to learn some truths about the Elden tribe, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and talk to everybody real quick, see what they have to say about everything that just occurred.
Hey, Russell?
How could this be? His Highness resurrected. 'Tis a most joyous turn of events, of course, but I dare say my heart needs a reprieve from all these sharp twists of fate.
You're telling me.
To think he'd be alive and well, residing in a body composed from magma particles. He furthered his goals by storing his mind within another vessel. 'Tis reminiscent of His Majesty's royal magic.
Hey, tactless fairy. Also, the fairies seemed to, I don't know, they were not put off by the fact that people died. They were laughing about it. Something weird's going on. They're even saying that Gallica's changed a lot. So I don't know if the fairies are just seeing the world from a different perspective, or maybe they're naive. I don't know.
Oh, finally awake, huh? I mean, come on, sleeping's great and all, but there's so much more fun you can do while you're awake. You can collect pretty flower petals, go splash in the water. Super fun, right?
Yeah, sure, a lot of fun. But we don't have time for it.
Come off it.
Well, I'll be. Am I correct in presuming that you are the prince now? I hadn't heard of any elder boy joining the resistance ranks and going out on missions, so seeing you took me by surprise. To think that you are the prince's other half. Fate is a fickle one.
How could this be? 'Tis truly a miracle. Lady Gruaday mentioned she'd caught wind of some manner of revelation. Could this be the late Queen's?
Presumably.
All very nice.
Never before have I seen such incredible magic. Your Highness, as I understand it, you managed to thwart 2 separate attempts on your life, correct? We Elder are used to weathering our fair share of misfortune, yet you've evidently faced so much worse.
I know. I'm amazing.
Oh.
What in heavens? The dead prince is alive. Oh man, Russell must be dumbfounded. If the rest of the resistance still lived, I wonder how they might have taken the news.
Yeah, poor resistance members that thought I was dead and then died with that knowledge.
Oh, now this I can't believe.
There was a really bright light, now there's a dead person who came back to life. Are all the royalty from the outside world like you? The outside world sounds ridiculous.
It is.
Oh, it's you.
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people in the world. Lady Gruaday awaits you inside. And also, please kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies.
Are there a bunch of fairies in here? I guess
What now?
something else I can do, since I've not done this for a while. We have not looked in the memorandum. Sorry, this is going to be a lot of reading, but I guess this is a good way to get caught up on anything I might have forgotten in these few weeks. The truth of the prince, the son and heir to the throne of King Hythlodaeus V, the prince and Maso Hendo are now one and the same. The attack on the prince inside the royal palace led his aides to conclude the capital was no longer safe for him, so they secretly moved the prince to the ancient Elden sanctum to continue recovering. Alas, their Elden techniques were not enough to lift his curse, and he continued to decline until falling into a coma. However, he had guidance from a mysterious voice and an indomitable will that would not see his ideals abandoned. Through these, a new body made of magla was created, much like the dragons of yore. The prince's spirit inhabited this new body. He started another life as an entirely separate young man. That young man, oddly enough, pursues a journey to change the world, something the prince likely would have wished to take on had he been well enough. Through that journey, the young man came to know the truth behind everything. After his spirit returned to his body, he could then reveal himself publicly as the prince once more. We have bonds unfettered for Hulkenberg. In Grand Trad, Hulkenberg reunites with the newly minted commander of the Royal Knights, Rodanth, who she once counted as a friend and ally. She soon discovers that he has been corrupted beyond redemption, and he would unjustly target his opposition or falsely accuse people of treason to execute them. Angered by his tyranny, Hulkenberg challenges Rodanth to a duel, and upon victory he is apprehended by the Shadow Guard. Hulkenberg, who demonstrated her knightly virtue through her actions, and not by means of her family or status, gained the confidence of the knights who witnessed the incident, who view her as a model of knighthood. On Rella, the perpetrator of the attack on the prince, the mage who cast the curse placed on him. However, just as the title Saint implies, she sincerely cares for her sister, Juna, and the Sanctus believers. The old Hermitus Gruidae, an elderly Elda, that's going to be confusing to say, an elderly Elda tribe chiefess living in the ancient Elden sanctum. Once the principal lady in waiting for the queen, she's a sagacious woman who safeguards the true history behind the Elda tribe, the old world, and magic. She was also the person who took custody of the prince and kept him safe after he secretly fled the royal palace. Russell, an elderly Ujif man first encountered in the ancient Elden sanctum. Alongside Grius, he was one of the aides who elected to secretly move the prince from the royal palace and is the last of them remaining. A renowned scholar of history and politics, he was employed by the royal palace as the prince's tutor. While charging a Ujif with a royal's education was a highly controversial decision, it serves to demonstrate the ambitions the former king had in his lifetime. We have bonds unfettered Alonso. Though Alonso has excelled in deceiving others since his youth, the only person he can't lie to is his adoptive mother. After devising a plan to entrap his village's landowner, he became fearful of his mother discovering a scheme and decided to leave his home. However, concerned his mother would worry if he simply disappeared, he invites her to his temporary residences to eat and sightsee, dutiful son that he is. Huh? This had nothing to do with how Alonso's story ended. He faked his death and then I don't know what this is about. As far as I know, this had nothing to do with what happened at the end of Alonso's story. Is this just something that happened that we never knew about? I don't know. Whatever. Moving on, we have the Nydia tribe's glamours. From the perspective of other tribes, the Nydia tribe's true facial features and physique are akin to that of a small child. This causes the tribe difficulty, as they are not taken seriously in their original forms. As a result, members of the Nydia tribe begin training when they reach the age of discretion to transform their appearance in such a way that they are not misunderstood by other tribes. This power of transformation is a form of magic, but their magic abilities are only so extensive as to just the perceived age of their original form, without having to rely on devices such as magic igniters. To transform, they look at others and mimic their appearance, as if performing. This is a special trait of the Nydia tribe unique to them. However, the transformation is meaningless if it is easily undone in the presence of others. Therefore, as a general rule, once members of the Nydia tribe leave their homes, they keep their true appearance hidden from their whole life, not even revealing it to others of their own tribe. In some ways, this dooms them to a life of solitude in which all their relationships are predicated by a lie. That many Nydians, I don't know why I'm having trouble saying this, but that many Nydians, I don't know why I'm having trouble, something about many and Nydians set back to back is really tripping me up here. That many Nydians are eccentric is partially due to this determination they hide within themselves. On to history, we have House Cygnus, an old Montarian noble house of great renown to which Juna and Rella belong. Devoutly sanctus, many of the House Cygnus have gone on to earn high clerical or political titles in the crown theocracy, a legacy spanning 3 centuries. However, the family has many dark secrets buried. For generations, its members have been called upon to discreetly perform the church's dirtiest work, committing horrific atrocities to further sanctism's political and cultural reach. Rella, born with genius-level magical ability, was ensnared more deeply than any before her within those twisted bonds. We have Malva, a settlement in South Ontario where dwellings are caves carved into the mountain. Its people are disinterested in trade as the dairy farming from the alpine animals grants them self-sufficiency. Thought to be an archaeological site of an indigenous people who were first carved the caves, the theory holds little water as there is no evidence of a writing system and no historic points of interest. Perhaps attracted by its mystic nature, or in order to escape the city's bustle, many Ishkia have moved here hoping to enjoy a quiet life, and the village is thus called a place for recluses. Ancient Elden Sanctum, a secret village of the Elder tribe located north of the Principality of Oceania, hidden deep within an uncharted forest on the northwestern side of the continent, is also the place of refuge sought by the prince after being cursed in Grand Trad. Once a small city located above ground in the forest, it was senselessly set on fire at Fortin's command, which led its residents to move their domiciles underground to feign annihilation. The settlement is hardly glamorous and small by nature, but the sanctum has nevertheless preserved the lost history and knowledge of the old world, giving it a somewhat otherworldly atmosphere. Oh, the truth of the prince's assault. The attack on the prince 12 years ago caused a stir in the kingdom. The perpetrator of the attack was Rella, only 12 years old at the time, who was called forth to heal the prince's cover. The mastermind behind the attack, Fortin, threatened Juna if she refused, and after much deliberation, Rella decided to carry out his orders. Rella's life of selflessness, her lack of desire for fame and fortune, her tireless devotion to healing magic and charity work, all stemmed from her ardent wish to atone for this tragic misdeed. Alright, the Frost Scepter. A divine relic in the form of a scepter that can control the ice dragon Sogne. It functions similarly to Dracodios, the divine relic of the dragon god Et, though its attributes are different. Sogne was discovered prowling the mountainside, having long outlived its handler, and thus posed an extreme natural threat. However, the discovery of the scepter during an excavation in the area made it possible to control Sogne, making the pair a point of research for the Mage Academy. Sogne's ice powers have less to do with cooling objects, but rather to decelerate or accelerate their movement. A skilled user of the scepter could easily obstruct a target or make themselves move at high speeds. However, the only person to achieve this was Rella, who used it once during the attack on the Mage Academy. She used the scepter to secretly evacuate the surviving teachers and students to Altaberry, avoiding death at the hands of the monk army surrounding it. Interesting. I don't remember if that was talked about. Sogne the Icebound. The ice-clad dragon kept at Royal Mage Academy and the core of many of its research projects. The Mage Academy itself was built in a remote mountain area primarily to study this being known as Sogne, one of the most powerful dragons known to man. Just as with the dragon Et, it can be pacified and contained with its corresponding divine relic. However, the invading monks, overzealous and ignorant to its nature, sought to destroy it in the course of their attack on the academy, driving Sogne to blind, insensate rage? Insensate, maybe? Its ensuing rampage claimed many lives on both sides. We have Decaying Estate, territory on the series of floating islands. Their sheer height puts them past any casual observer's sight, so almost none know of them. Several massive gray tower-like structures stand tall on the islands, glass littering the area around them. On rare occasions, if the weather is just right, a starlight twinkle can be seen in the nearby sky. Most believe this to mark a giant magma crystal floating in the sky, but is actually a trick of the light scattered by the island's glass. Solstice Crossing, a picturesque spot northeast of Altaberry, the vivid contrast of color between the silver snow-capped mountains of distant Ontario and their rich autumn foliage at the mountain's base is arresting enough to stop travelers in the tracks. This place, where two seasons seem to be thriving in tandem, has long been called the Land of Autumn and Winter's Crossing. Everfrost Forest, a forested path in the northeastern mountains of Ontario, rarely traveled due to the perpetual snowfall obstructing the entrance and the area's infamously barren yield. Uniquely for its elevation, snow in this region never melts, no matter the season. While some suspect a local magic effect at play, the region's relatively low importance has stalled any actual research into the matter. And that's everything. Finally. I know that was probably a little too much to read all at once, and I apologize for not getting through it quicker. It's been a while since I've looked at the memorandum. Don't know why. A couple of dozy fairies.
Oh, it's you, Gallica. Yeah, long time no see. I'm so happy you're safe. A long time? Has it really been so long? Oh, I suppose you're right.
Wow.
Wow, guess you didn't miss me much. It's been several months, you know. Several months? Oh my. Gallica's keeping track of time now, is she?
What?
Huh? What do you mean? A day, a month, a year. That's people talk. What does time matter to a fairy? You're almost like them. I guess that's kinda cool.
Yeah, something's going on here with Gallica that I think we're gonna find out about, possibly.
Wow! Oh, wow!
Oh wow, it's Gallica. I don't know why, but I'm so happy right now. Come on, Gallica, let's play. What should we do? What should we play?
About that.
I'm sorry, but I can't play right now. Another time, okay? What do you mean you can't? Are you really Gallica? Whatever, though. You can play, I'll be around.
Another fairy?
Oh, I've never felt more at peace than here. I flitted around a lot, but this village, and especially this place, is just so relaxing. Don't you agree?
Maybe.
Oh, it's you!
Oh, really? There's just this aura that draws us fairies in. Shame you people can't feel it.
And yet...
The village sure does have a lot of fairies. More than I've seen in any other place I've been, actually. Yeah, we don't tend to stick around in one place for very long. But I guess this place is the exception. Isn't it just like a fairy to find somewhere we like and stay there for as long as we want?
Sure, whatever you say. Totally know what you fairies are like. Alright, Lady Gruide, I think. Time to learn.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
Well, that confirms it.
The human tribe. So Luis's words.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then.
Oh.
We were all one people. Humankind.
I mean, I guess I should have thought of that. I don't know why I didn't, but it makes sense. So basically, humans became all the different tribes, possibly through magic. It makes sense for every tribe except for the Ujif. I don't know why I never had that thought, though.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
So you're telling me we could evolve one day into having wings and horns? That's crazy. Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes. We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
So that's why they also look the most like what we do in real life. But the question is, then what are the humans in this world? Are they just beings that have been tainted by Magla? That means the prince, that is to say, I am the scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief. It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia.
Okay.
Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic.
Interesting. Where did melancholia come from, though? Is that just part of the war? Like something that was used in the attacks, maybe?
Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today.
Okay.
The Elder.
That makes sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes.
Huh. Interesting. So I guess if you're using the magic through the igniter instead of your own magic, is that what she's implying? If everybody used the magic inside of them, it makes them more likely to cause another war, I suppose?
The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic.
Well, that is about the state of anything in the world. Anything started with good intentions eventually gets muddied by greed, almost every time.
At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
What the heck?
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence.
This is the awakening music in this game. Am I awakening to a new power?
Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There's weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis's methods as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. What? What the heck is this? Oh my god. Oh, it's so badass looking. His Majesty. What is that? Studied the Prince archetype. Oh, interesting. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the prince.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Oh, Gallica, is it time for you to rank up?
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'm counting on you. Of course it is.
Yeah. I want you by my side until the end.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
No rank up, though?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
So does this mean that Luis has the power of melancholia? And he basically put a bunch of melancholia into me? I don't know how that's possible, though.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Everything. What is this forbidden spell? Tell me about Luis.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius.
You don't say. Where have we heard that name before? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
A family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
I almost feel like he just plans to use the humans to weed out all of the weak and leave nothing but the strong. I don't know why, though.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
Tell me the forbidden spell.
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel.
That's why also everybody has to be sort of in a state of worry or desperation for them to be able to wake into the archetypes.
But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster.
Why do I get the feeling that we're going to see Luis use this power on himself? I don't know why. That just seems fitting, and it feels like that would be kind of the ultimate final form battle against Luis, is against his human form. Just some theorizing.
Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
Hence why I was able to overcome my transformation. I think everybody in our group would probably be able to overcome it because we've all awakened to our archetypes.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him! The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Let's go get him! Zorba, you're gonna die today. The stuff in the memorandum. You, what'd you say?
beg your pardon.
That sword once belonged to the prince, did it not? Though I suppose now that makes you its rightful owner. One glance and I can tell. You still use it even now. Not only for combat, but for sword surfing as well. That sword was a gift from Her Highness, our queen, and your mother. She was quite skilled with it. Free-spirited as she was, she'd fly about the forest, much to the ire of Lady Gruaday. Any doubts concerning your lineage are disproved by this blade and how you use it. You are indeed Her Highness's flesh and blood. By their very nature, fairies are magical beings who can recalibrate the destiny of their magla particles at will. Should the need arise, they can make themselves practically invisible to those with lesser sensitivity to magla. That is why Galago goes largely unnoticed. It is also why fairies make excellent messengers. I dare say the Sanctum is the sole place you'll find this many fairies flitting around without concern for being hidden. Needless to say, this bond is a testament to the long-standing intertwining of elder traditions and magic.
Good to know. I know that may not have been super important, but... damn it. Can you people not have new things to say?
Too much to take?
The assassin came running out of that door. Who could have assumed he was still hiding within the Sanctum?
Guys, do you not see that I need to run out of here? Why are you giving me so many people to talk to?
That assassin who fled, his flow of magla bore little resemblance to a normal person's. It was unsettling. Please be careful.
Of course.
Awful.
What? Now what is it? Accursed scoundrels! Have you not stirred things up enough?
What, you talking to me? I'm the prince, bitch. Don't you talk to me like that.
Oh, now this I can't
That spell that went off was massive. I'm sure even the intruder wanted to know what was going on. Seeing as they came to kill the prince, they're probably after you. People from the outside world are mad.
A couple of them are, yes.
What in the blazes?
I thought the assassin fled. What was he doing back here? Don't tell me you were followed.
Apparently it was.
The figure who just started by, is he not the one who came to murder the prince? Ah, so the knave was hiding. He ran toward the stairs.
Russell, is everyone safe?
We've had no casualties. However, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the Resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices.
I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please.
I will do my best.
Watch out!
We'll chase after the intruder. Russell, everyone, please be careful.
Of course, with the prince only just having woken, that accursed assassin went racing out of the cave. Can't fathom why, but he looked most bemused. 'Twas rather unsettling.
What now?
Well, can I can become the oh my god, look at those stats. Is that really all I have?
I walk a royal path.
I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but geez, I need to get better equipment for this and for the Seeker. So what can it do? Support attacks from comrades happen more easily. Enemies are stunned more easily in overworld combat. So it has heavy physical slash damage to one enemy, damage boosted against human-type monsters. Cool. Nice. So kind of a heat riser, but it's 3 ranks. Radiance, heavy light magic damage to all enemies. Holy shit! Recovers HP and MP each time a support attack lands in overworld combat? Damn! Adds 4 turn icons. I can't believe I finally get this one. Resist all affinity damage other than Almighty. Oh my god. And then Royal Slash. Extreme physical almighty damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human type monsters. Wow. Royal Sword. Severe almighty damage to one enemy. What's the difference? Oh, this is extreme. This is severe. Got it. Oh my god. Takes all 4. 99 MP. Everybody needs to be in the Royal archetype. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And needs Chronicle of the End. So this is going to be some final end game attack. That's insane. Extreme wind physical damage, severe physical dark damage to one enemy, and a weakness to dark as well. Extreme magic fire damage, may inflict burn. All enemies with a one-time weakness to dark. Extreme magic ice damage to all enemies. Extreme physical pierce damage to one enemy significantly decreases their attack. Oh, let's go.
Ready?
We need to hurry after the attacker. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Stop! You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours.
So he had already pieced it together by the time you killed him, I guess.
So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Oh my.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Indeed. The power of your newly earned archetype prince surges forth.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now.
Yep, they just wanted me to get a chance to show off, so thanks whoever set this all in motion.
Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as a support for all synthesis skills, as unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Oh.
Alright, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Interesting. Wait, I need to step forward. Do we have any info?
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
The blade's edge!
Oh.
Be neither to the vanguard, sniper.
Alright, take down his hit innovation. Make him weak to strike.
I leave it to you. Basilio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
Good dodge. Hit him again.
Nice hit.
Critical. Do a little heal. Let me go ahead and take down his attack.
On your guard.
There we go.
Let's stay calm. Come forth, royal soul!
Oh no. Forgot they could do that.
Shield! We've gotta do something about those apples!
Nobody dodged. Well, that time.
Let me handle those apples.
Yes.
Alright. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there!
Good work. I hit him a couple times. I forgot there are multiple parts to him as well. I guess let me see if I can take down some of their other parts as well.
I'll cut through!
Ow. Ah.
Nice one, Captain.
Gonna go ahead and raise everybody's defense. Take down the attack again. And take down the hit innovation. Crap.
Quick, knock them off again.
Good dodge.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman. She'll beautify you.
I think now would be a good time to do battle cry tackle. Hit all of these with strike.
Let my power support you.
I don't know if this is gonna have anything to it. It does. That's pretty sick. I'm also thinking maybe hit everybody with ice damage. See how that goes.
Take my power.
Uh-oh. You kidding me?
Quick, knock them off again. Now
Good
that's
dodge.
finesse.
Let's
Beautiful
go.
dodge.
Try to take out the wing. I'm thinking let's take down the attack again.
Look here.
Took off the wing.
Advance it, sniper.
And take out, or take down the agility again. Probably gonna heal up. Nope.
Sidestepped it.
Good dodge.
She's doing great.
That helped.
Formidable indeed.
Oh crap. I didn't do the, damn it.
Here comes another round of wind attacks. Legs are back to normal. Ugh, we've just taken them out.
Oh, that's annoying. Good dodges.
Nice dodge. Let me handle those apples.
Please do.
All right. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Strength.
Mandible bearing.
And hopefully only one turn left. Would you stop screaming? Ow. Stop it. That's annoying.
Let's get him some healing. Here we go. Last leg.
You'd think with how low his agility is, we'd get at least one dodge in there. There we go. Oh, not too bad. Oh, Wind God's Gale. That's got to be better than what I have on, right?
That'll do.
Excellent. Rank ups for everybody except for the prince, and level ups for myself, Hyasme, Yufa, and Basilio.
I'll strive for greater heights.
More agility, and we'll raise strength as well. More magic and endurance.
Yes, I've become
Strength and
stronger.
agility.
Yeah, that feels nice.
Strength and endurance. And no more abilities for the other archetypes.
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible, but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux.
I don't think I said this in the last video. I think it's something I realized in editing, but now it makes sense why I've had heterochromia the whole game, is because I was only one half of the prince. Makes sense that one eye was a different color.
When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing can accomplish that. But if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
I'm prepared. Let us fight together.
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
That's what it comes down to. That's optimistic. I hope you'll sing a victory song.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself.
That's a fair point.
The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
I will. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. And for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Well, alrighty.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, Those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Are you finally gonna rank up? Stay beside me forever? Likewise.
Stay beside me forever.
Wow. When you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
What do you mean I'm gonna make you blush? Look at your picture right now. You are blushing. Can't hide it. Having overcome her trial, I sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Hell yeah. Rank 8.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Yeah. So we have Elemental Master and Warlock. During squad battles, you may gain an extra turn icons? What does that mean? Ooh, I'm excited.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
I still love the fact that just throughout the game, all of the music we've been hearing, it's all been Gallica's magic. Badass battle music, the ominous music, the quirky music, all of it. This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize. It got me all excited, got me bobbing my head while we were fighting, and that maybe got me pumped to do battle. Who knows?
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late King of Uchronia and the Queen of the Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
Interesting.
The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome, yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself.
You know, I really appreciate that, actually, because so much of this book was such idealistic thinking about the world and how things should work in the world. But the fact of the matter is, those are all idealistic. It doesn't account for how the world actually works. And so I do appreciate the fact that at the end of all of this, they go, there's no true way to know what the best way to run a country or the best way to find utopia. Nobody knows what that looks like or how to achieve it. Like, there is no way to please everybody. I don't know if they're going to go back on that, and by the end of this, they're going to be like, here's how you achieve utopia. But at least for the book, I think that's a very realistic way to end this story we've been reading.
Lady Cruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality.
Right.
And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
After discussing the novel and our ideals with Gallica, I closed my eyes. Took a little nap. Oh my god, more. Why you gotta wake me up? I was enjoying my sleep. Academia. It seems I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that.
Ain't it always?
Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? I'm not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to. And once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
Do I understand? More, I have not understood anything that's happened in the past 30 minutes. I'm very confused.
Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks...
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
What the hell?
I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Okay, so assuming that the voice is my mother and he knows her, is it too much of a stretch to say that Moore is actually my father, but like a younger version of him? Or maybe it's his, similar to how Protagonist was the prince's mind formed somewhere else in a body. Is it too much to say that maybe Moore is the king's mind that's been trapped here in Academia? Just a thought. Could be wrong about that.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the
That
age
could
of a
be
new
it?
king draws nearer.
Oh my god. Look at the change! That's so cool, and little Gallica's sleeping beside me.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Stand strong to the end. Don't get reckless out there. Pumpernickel. I don't know. Oh god, I get so nervous when I'm giving speeches.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
To protect my country and its people. I don't care for honor. Some coin would be nice. Oh, that would be funny.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
Alright, time to go, I guess? What are we doing?
Really? Why though?
Did you say why though? I'm assuming there's gonna be another set of days. I just don't know how it's gonna be set up. Like why are we gonna be waiting? I don't know.
Let's move!
Yeah, let's get back to Grand Trad. We'll stop Luis this time for sure.
You see?
I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say, we will help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line.
Lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
How are these guys still even a thing?
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits? The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Batlin.
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Huh. What's he planning to do?
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Luis just looks at him. Oh, are you serious? Do you really expect me to believe that somebody could just merge with a dead Oh, what am I saying? Of course they can. This is the world we live in.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Oh.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
Oh, it's a heavy bag.
The Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides. This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news?
The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another?
Oh, interesting. Did he just piece it together that Luis can turn people into humans, or did somebody tell him?
Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right, all right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin.
Wait, huh? Why are you hiding that from me? Don't you do this. You're making me ask questions now.
In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
I don't know if I want to do this or not, but I kind of want to compare his horns to Moore's and see if they match. I mean, the hair color is pretty similar, but obviously he's a lot older now, so it makes sense that it wouldn't be exactly the same.
How?
What?
Thou wert elder.
What? My brain. Huh? What do you mean? Is he gonna be my brother or something? Like, what the hell?
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart.
Oh wait, no, never mind. He's not gonna be my brother because he was, I think, the son of the Caradriuses or something.
And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
Well, that explains why he hates this world so much, though.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Tran. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Oh, good lord.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Yeah, it's getting very doomsday-y here.
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
Yeah, try not to get attacked in the meantime.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why didn't His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You're not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him. Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Oh, I just realized this is a pro-Luis Mason. How dare you disrespect my name, sir?
Lady Juno, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame, shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
How dare you strike out at him?
They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here!
Batlin!
Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Wow. So he really has just found a way to make it to where his supporters have free reign of everything.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt.
I like the fact that he so confidently said before that he could possibly have something to do with creating the humans, and now he's like, oh, that is true. Okay. Well, shit.
This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame.
It's almost like, I know the Sanctus Church didn't do this on purpose, but it feels like they did to basically give everything to Luis. I mean, there's no way they could have known that he would use it, but maybe, I don't know, did he put the idea in there somewhere, or is there somebody on the inside that suggested it that might be working for him? Because it really does feel like the Tournament for the Throne just worked 100% in Luis's favor.
Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
That's nice. Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. Seems like the city has calmed down at least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it.
All right.
We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. You can see the Magla is now all red and dark. Oh god. This is not good at all.
Now, where was I?
I'm gonna head into Academia real quick though, because I'm gonna come up here. I believe this should have unlocked, yeah, the final bookcase. Research notes on the prince. From time immemorial, there have been heroes who were born into greatness, rather than achieving it solely by their deeds. The one who embodies the virtues of all heroes, standing magnanimously above them, there's no need to name him, for he's been called this since antiquity, Prince. Does this archetype truly exist? What powers does it hold? Whatever truths are behind this mystic force have been lost to time. But much will be expected of this royal hero. He must protect the people's livelihoods and the safety of the country with his life. This cannot be accomplished alone. True strength comes from knowing one's allies well enough to combine their strengths in battle. Let no prince forget this truth.
Incredible.
So this archetype can use almighty attacks and wield a wide variety of weapons and magic. It also pairs well with other archetypes to use a wide range of synthesis attacks. Might be good to get that accessory that takes down my synthesis skills to 1. A magic formula apparently written by the king. It's entitled The Royal Magic, written in a language from the old world. Can't read it.
That reminds me.
Oh, you figured out that the parts we can't read are written in old world language, right? Were you able to find out anything else?
The truth of the matter is...
Somewhat, yes. However, it raises more questions than it provides answers.
What?
What do you mean? It's all names. The parts written in the old world language aren't part of that spell at all. It's a list of countless names.
Not quite.
Then again, perhaps that's the type of spell it is to begin with.
No way!
Really? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Whose names are they anyway? I can't make heads or tails of all this secret and royal magic business. Perhaps the royal magic isn't the kind of spell we've assumed it is. The floating palace, the way the spell reads the hearts of people and protects candidates from assassination. Perhaps there are deeper truths beyond the magic's individual aspects. The former king's greatest wish was to guide the kingdom to reform. I assume what's written there is the crux of his endeavors to that end.
That's right.
I'm not confident in my ability to decipher any further meaning from it. When or if you recall anything, I would appreciate it if you'd examine the scroll for me again. Okay.
I've been waiting.
Ah, something new. You've awakened the Prince archetype. The power within your way of life has influenced even your allies, and now signs of a power beyond imagination present themselves. It is the power of a true hero, one who shares and supports the perspective of the sovereign, such as a royal archetype. I hope you'll let me witness its power come to fruition. Oh, this is, I think, what is at the end of everybody's bonds, where it says they can now awaken to a new power or something. In response to the protagonist's true awakening, his allies can now study royal archetypes. The requirements for royal archetypes are difficult, but they are powerful archetypes unique to each ally. I wonder how we're gonna find that. I did want to come in and check. We can get the Elementalist's mask and the Warlock's mask, although we can only get one apparently. That kind of sucks. I guess the Elementalist. Yeah, now we need to get another Wizard's mask. And we have the Devil Summoner's mask. Ooh, unlocked several new vessels. The Shattering Spear Vessel, Collared Beast Vessel, and that's all for now. There is something else to do before we end it. I want to look at the Elemental Master and the Warlock. So Elemental Master, in overworld combat, recovers MP each time an enemy is stunned or defeated. Hell yes. Oh, that's sick. heavy fire magic damage to one enemy. We also have heavy ice damage and electric damage. Halves MP cost of synthesis. Wow. Only applies to syntheses that consume MP. That is sick. And then increases magic skill attack by 15%. Nice. Heavy fire damage to all enemies. Ice, electric. Negate one enemy's repel magic skill. That's sick. Severe magic almighty damage to all enemies. Wow. Severe magic electric damage to one enemy. And fire. Okay. And then we have the Warlock. So this one also has magic recovery. So heavy magic dark damage. Has a Makara break. Nice. Greatly increases caster magic attack damage once per battle. I think that's concentrate in the Persona games. Recovers MP after defeating an enemy. Raises max MP by 30%. You have heavy dark damage to all enemies. Extreme magic dark damage to all enemies. Inflict one enemy with a weakness to all magic. Wow. Does that mean I could hit all of these, or is it just a one-time weakness for any of those? Like, they're just weak to magic for one attack. That one I'm curious about. And then extreme magic dark damage to one enemy. Alright, well that's cool. They both look cool too. Finally, read these things in the memorandum. Melancholize red skies. The riots and numerous outbreaks of humans have induced such anxiety in the people that the resulting magma has seeped into the atmosphere, causing the sky to enter a state of magical disarray. The turbulent weather exacerbates people's anxieties, which in turn causes inclement weather with an ominously colored overcast sky, hidden by unique magma-laden clouds that are distinct from typical bad weather. Well, that's not good. Truth of humans. The giant outburst of magic heralding the War of Destruction's end melancholiced much of the old world humankind to become what the world knows as humans today. Some vestiges of their humanity are evidenced in the various body parts that resemble modern people. Human biology is irregular. Some are capable of reproduction. Others are capable of living hundreds of years. The particulars are beyond modern understanding. The truth of magic. A technique that uses magma particles to intervene in the laws of physics and cause phenomena that would not occur in a natural state. Since magma is linked to one's mind, magic can, in theory, be used to control nature by the power of will alone with enough training. Magic was discovered before the War of Destruction and became the driving force behind the breakthroughs of civilization, ushering in a golden age. However, magic is also the embodiment of the weakness, vileness, and deep-seated fear of the mind, ultimately becoming the weaponized downfall of humanity in history's most notorious war. The truth of magma. Unique particles discovered toward the end of the old world. One of the smallest components that make up creation, there's a strong correlation to cognition and the psyche. Its properties were studied, and a technique was discovered that used the workings of the mind to interfere with the physical world, leading to the creation of magic. However, it is theorized that many practiced it empirically long before it was classified as science. The term mage comes from the word magla, and in the old world, mage was simply its unit of measurement. However, laymen do not grasp its true meaning, as the characters used to write it have changed, to say nothing of the existence of the old world being repressed knowledge. Luis's dark arts. A horrific magic Luis used against Maso Hendo, presumed to function by forcibly circulating overwhelming magma through the person's body, artificially causing extreme melancholization and turning the person into a monster. Self-evidently impossible without deep knowledge of buried truths such as magma's nature and the origin of humans, it provides a glimpse into Luis's true origin and the world he envisions, among other things. Oh my goodness, there's a lot to read here too. Magma particles are produced by feelings of anxiety, and when fear or apprehension becomes excessively strong, unconscious feelings of hostility and the desire to eliminate the source of those feelings are transmitted into magma, triggering an unintentional outburst of magic which can go rampant. Melancholization is when creatures and surrounding objects undergo an irregular transformation due to this magical outburst. Although it is thought that severe melancholization that alters even the physical appearance of the subject could not occur outside wartime and present-day peace, there are actually increasing cases of melancholization outside of people-occupied lands. It is unclear what is causing these unusual occurrences, as though the kingdom has been plagued with years-long anxiety. Magic igniters. Igniters assist with the most difficult part of using magic, the process of accurately imagining the phenomenon one wishes to bring about. An igniter substitutes imaginations with a formula in its circuits, making magic easier. This technology was created in the old world, where people who had already discovered magic used igniters to amplify their power. Igniters and the technology that created them were lost in the aftermath of the War of Destruction, became forbidden as a result. But as people began to seek magic again over time, igniters were rediscovered and used in quite the opposite way that they had been originally intended. Those in power disseminated them with the falsehood that they were a requirement for the use of magic, in an effort to prevent magic from becoming the destructive force it once was. Their collar-like form is a symbol of this. Truth of relics. Originally highly advanced magic igniters, they were created with the old world technology before the War of Destruction, rediscovered and passed down until the present. Each has various differing functions, though a majority were created as dangerous weapons of war. Their capabilities and perils have hardly begun to be rediscovered. Many are treated in accordance with local superstition. Truth of archetypes. A fundamental process in magic is invocation, the precise envisioning of a phenomenon that brings it into being. Realizing an archetype is a highly advanced version of this technique, requiring an even greater process of clarity of a greater number of phenomena, but this alone is insufficient. Fully manifesting an archetype requires the user to give vivid form to their intentions, a depiction of their ideals, a distilled representation of their own desire, their own will to change the world. There's no higher form of magic. To invoke such magic distills the physical self into a magical existence, a super being capable of handling these phenomena with ease. However, it is impossible to fully contemplate the extremely complex notion of character through imagination alone. To fully comprehend that character requires discovering it from the real world. The psyche of man is multifaceted, and one must truly acknowledge and accept that even within the self exists an unconscious aspect of the mind. It is thus more accurate to say that the power is a result of heroic virtue and revolutionary spirit that awakens within a person undergoing adversity, rather than to call it a skill gained through disciplined training. The Old World. A world from over 1,000 years ago, completely unlike the present. The sole civilized inhabitants were called mankind, people linked to the present-day Elda tribe who wielded magic on a level far beyond any known in the present. The nation fell during the War of Destruction, an apocalyptic worldwide conflict. Very few traces of this world remain, such as the city ruins that slumber deep beneath the Dragon Temple, as well as the artifacts known as divine relics scattered throughout the land. War of Destruction, a world war from thousands of years ago, waged by the original tribe of mankind, which begat the destruction of the old world. However, this also marked the birth of many weapons, presently known as divine relics and dragons, made possible by their incredible advances in magic technology far beyond any of the present day. And the truth of the Elder Tribe. Descendants of humans who lived in the old world and progenitors of the 8 tribes that came to populate the modern world following the rampage of civilization and devastation during the War of Destruction. After the War of Destruction, most of humanity fractured into the tribes of the modern world. However, unknown to the majority of people, the descendants of some nobles who escaped the flames of war retained their mostly featureless forms over generations. They also retained much knowledge and magic from the old world thought lost, but because they know the destruction that it led to, many actively avoid the post-war world and choose to live hidden and secluded. That was not the last thing. Bonds Unfettered Gallica. Gallica was sure that she and Maso Hendo received a secret mission together in the Sanctum, but in reality she alone was entrusted with the mission. The memory of the two receiving the mission together was a fabrication planted in them both as a means to give guidance and purpose to a newly formed Maso Hendo. With the prince successfully revived, Gallica was told the truth, and her mission technically came to an end. Yet despite her relationship with Maso Hendo being predicated on a false memory, Gallica knows the journey itself was real and is awakened to a new sense of purpose and a personal mission to continue the journey alongside him. That's the end of Memorandum, and we'll step out back to reality. Alrighty, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I might go around and talk to a few of these people at the beginning of next video and just see what some people are saying. But I'm getting the sense, because today is 9/25, and 10/27 is the day of the hero. I feel like we're either going to have a very long wait until this day, or there's going to be 2 more times of free time. Like, I could see maybe one of these being our deadline to maybe defeat Zorba, and then that leads to one final bout against Luis, and we'll have another set of days right before that. Possibly. But I don't know. This game has definitely not gone in any sort of way that I thought it was going to, so maybe I should stop trying to guess how it's gonna continue on from here. But we'll say I really do hope that we do have a lot of time to hang out with people, because
what now?
I'm not too far away. Juna has 1 more, Yuve has 2, Basilio obviously, long way to go. So I'm fairly confident that we're going to have another set of days to hang out. I just don't know how many, but I hope it's enough to where I can finish all of them. My royal virtues are also in need of a bit more. I think imagination's pretty close. Wisdom and tolerance are probably about halfway, and eloquence is still a ways off. So I'm going to have to hope that I get some quests maybe that boost them a lot. So fingers crossed. Still hopeful I can finish it all, but I don't know. I always seem to struggle to do that the first time I play through any of these games. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the series as a whole, as well as leave a comment down below if you have any tips or tricks, or if you just want to tell me how bad I am at this game, that's fine too. Also check out the Let's Play channel Maso Hendo Plays as I continue to get videos from this channel moved over to that one. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out.